Welcome back to Swish Masters Podcast. You eat it, bro.
What up? Welcome in, man. We back at it. Swish Masters gang, we're here live before Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. How we feeling? It's a lot of emotions, but we're gonna get into it. Q, how you feeling, man?
I'm fine. You shouldn't be asking me that.
Yeah.
I'm not the actual Heat fan. How are you feeling, sir?
Man, that's
you feeling? That's the main question.
Man, I tell you what. Being in this position is something that I did not see or expect to see. Game 7, man. We love a Game 7, but under these circumstances, I am just can't believe it, honestly. Being up 3-0, bro. Crazy. I'm like, oh, we good. We here. We up 3-0. Denver's swept the Lakers. I'm like, okay, cool. We got one more. We ready to duke it out. Nope. I'm like, Game 1. Good. Game 2, Game 3. The crazy thing is, man, I actually missed those first 3 games. I didn't get to actually sit and see the games. So since then, Game 5, 6, I've missed the games that we won, and now every game I've seen, we have lost. Like the full game I've watched and we lost. I'm like, is it me? Do I need to not watch? Like, what's going on? It's crazy, but we're here, man. It's gonna be a dogfight, and there's no other team or group of guys I think that we would choose to be in this position than the Heat guys that we have. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a scrappy, down to the wire type battle, and I hope we are able to put it away early.
All right, you may hate me for asking you this, but give me your thoughts and your actual reaction to the last literally 3 seconds of the game. Jimmy Butler seems to ice the game with those free throws, right?
Yep.
Joe Mazzulla actually uses a challenge to challenge the call, and that calls the refs to look back and add 0.9 seconds to the clock. Honestly, how you want that play to go is probably how you want it to go as a Heat fan. You got Marcus Smart taking the shot instead of Jason Tatum, right?
Yeah.
So it looks good. But as soon as the ball left Marcus Smart's hands, Derek White, who's at the 3-point line, by the way, rushes in, tips the ball in at the right time, right moment. But those 0.9 seconds is what mattered, because that's when it happened, which is crazy. It's all the right call, by the way. NBA came out and said that was the right call. So can't hate against that. It's rough. So yeah, what were your reactions? What was your reaction as you saw all that unfold?
As a human being, I never expected to experience the range of emotions that I experienced in the matter of the last minute of a basketball game.
Yeah.
Bro, like you said, we finally fight back, scrap back. We take the lead. Jimmy hits the free throws. 2 seconds left on the clock. I'm like, okay, cool. We just got to defend this last possession. Comes down to the last second. Marcus Smart gets the shot off. I'm like, okay, I'll live with it. But also, I'm like, also at the same time, Marcus Smart's been knocking it down. He was knocking threes down left and right. And I was like, man, okay. But I'd rather it be him taking the shot than Brown or Tatum. I'm like, okay, cool. At least we didn't let those guys shoot, because I'll live with Marcus Smart. Okay, he misses. I'm like, okay, cool, we got it. We're good. We're here. All of a sudden, I see Derek White lay it up, and I'm like, this can't be right. This can't be right. I'm not. He didn't get it off. He didn't get off. No. I'm like, bro, there's no way he got this off in time. Then they play the replay, and the ball is gone. The ball is out of his hands. The backboard is red, and I'm just on the floor. Me and my dog are literally on the floor like, what just happened? I'm like, I went from instantly like celebrating, like, yes. No, what? No, I've never experienced like this like up and down wave of emotions in the matter of like 30 seconds, bro. And I'm just like, this can't be real. This can't be real. And I looked, I'm like, it's good. And never in that moment, I don't hate anyone, but never have I despised a person more than Derek White at that time in my life. I literally do not want to see Derek White ever again in my life. And I get it. He made a great play. Why'd it have to be this game against my team in our house? I'm also like, at the same time, I've been analyzing the whole game. We missed so many free throws. If we would have if we would have hit one more free throw over the course of the game, and Jimmy hits his last 2 free throws, instead of losing that game, we go to overtime. At least I would have taken that. But I'm looking at all these factors that led up to the point of that one tip in at the very end of the game. And I'm like, we had this. We beat ourselves in ways, and they just continue to play hard and fight. And for us, I was just like, we didn't have that same confidence until like the fourth quarter that we had in the first 3 games. And I'm just like, bro, like, we are right here. Like, we need to handle business. We are home. I'm like, this is it. We got it. And like I said, Jimmy hits the free throws. I'm like, okay, cool. We good. I can like exhale a little bit. And then that happens. I'm like, this is not it. This can't be it. But hey, man, that's the beauty of our game. So basketball at its finest, honestly. I think Jimmy said that too. And you know, you got to do the little things. Boxing out really, really matters. Free throws really, really matter. Playing defense really, really matters. And I wish we would have known or like had that in our minds in that game. But hey, we're here. We got to learn from our mistakes, and you got to pass that test. So looking to do that tonight.
I remember seeing that the wide angle view of the reactions. I think the NBA released it. It was like the Heat bench and the Celtics bench at the same time in those last 3 seconds. It was something to see. That really matched what you described, going through the emotions as like a Heat fan, Yeah. So a part of that game too, Butler did not really play well at all. Bam always seems to disappear at certain moments and certain stretches of the game. So I think we talked about game 6 enough. Now let's get into like the main thing, previewing this game 7 that's about to tip off here in just a couple of minutes at 7:30. So at least 7:30 my time, 8:30, wherever y'all at. So Zay, I'm gonna stick to my to what I said before. After the Heat got past the Knicks and the Bucks, I was like, I'm gonna ride with the Heat for the East. As I said that, I'm gonna stick to my word, but some things has to happen for y'all to win. Y'all beat them twice in their house already before, so y'all can do it again. Y'all just gotta be the Heat, honestly, man. Like, just be yourselves. I need Jimmy Butler to have a playoff Jimmy game. That has to happen in game 7. I believe he'll do that in this game 7, get revenge from what happened last year. Bam has to step up, fight for the boards, get the rebounds, be aggressive. throughout the entire game, not just the first and third quarter. And that's about it. If you get any length of support that you're getting from like Gabe Vincent and Cody Martin and Max Strus, like any contributions from them, that's a solid Heat win. To me, that's all y'all really need to win. And everyone bounces out immediately. Fight for those rebounds. That's where it's killing us and killing the Heat. And Missoula's adjustment to put, I can't believe it's working, but it actually is. To put Robert Williams on Jimmy. I can't believe that's really having an impact like that, but it is. I believe Jimmy can work some way to get past that though. So yeah, and I think Coach Spo can come up with some scheme to adjust for that. Whereas using screens or picking more pick and roll schemes to get Jimmy matched up who he wants, go from there. That's what I think y'all need to do if you're the Heat. Because of course, I know you're going to predict them to win tonight. But yeah, does that sound about right? The keys to the game for the Heat?
Yeah, I think you hit some valid points. The other thing that you didn't mention is just the defensive side. They have to earn, the Celtics have to earn every basket. There's no way they can get any type of catch and shoot threes and in rhythm. Like everything needs to be disrupted. They need to be here, like all game, everywhere, all at once. It boils down to the IQ mistakes. Honestly, it's like, we're switching on everything. Obviously, we have a smaller team, so we can't exactly defend interior, but we can't let them also burn us from three like that. Like last game, Marcus Smart, like I said, was hitting left and right. Derek White hitting left and right. Tatum and Brown had it going. So we can't let those guys start going off. And like you said, Robert Williams being on Jimmy has given him some issues, I think, with him being
the length,
and he's decent like for a perimeter defender. I can see an adjustment coming tonight for that. And I think, like you said, the main thing for everyone, not just Jimmy, Bam especially, attack Al Horford, get him in foul trouble, get to the free throw line, knock down free throws. And the same for everyone. I think Jimmy is going to be on a mission. He has to be. I know that's in his mind. So I'm not really worried about him. I know he'll find a way to impact the game. Bam is always that like X factor in these type of situations because he's a playmaker a lot of the times, but we really, really need him to be like going after him, like making targets of these guys. Like Al Horford should not be slowing him down in the least bit. Even if I want him taking 20 shots tonight, if possible. Jimmy's going to take over 20. Bam needs to get to at least 20 shots. Attempted. If he makes 10, if he makes 8, make him count. That's all. But yeah, I love what I've been seeing from Gabe Vincent. I hope he's okay to go. I know he had an injury 2 games ago or so. Hoping that he's okay, good to go. But yeah, that's about it, man. We just have to come out and play our confident game. That's all it really is. Like honestly, when they get it, I've seen it before. I've literally seen them just playing with confidence, knowing that they can knock down these shots, knowing that they can compete with anyone, that they can take over a game. And that's what happened in the first 3 games. That's all they have to get back to is playing with that confidence, that same mindset that we can do anything we want to on this court whenever we are in sync. And I feel like it's just been kind of hard to adjust with, like you said, Robert Williams being on Jimmy. So it's like, all right, you got a lot of length. He's not getting a lot of easy, because he's a strong guy, but Williams is also like 7 feet. So that's a harder adjustment to make when you're driving to the basket. But I feel like that's going to change tonight. So yeah, Heat win, obviously. And I think I saw this on Twitter, but we're going to be planning to fly to Denver tonight after this game. So
I saw that too. Yeah, how
Let's get
the team actually purchased tickets to Denver, which is something. And apparently, I don't know who played a song that Life Goes On or something like that. I think it was Gabe Vincent that played it, Cody Martin. One of those two played a song after Game 6. Basically showing like y'all have no worries about this game, right? That's basically the thing that's been going on in the media. Yeah. I will say this. The Heat seem to be better whenever you guys are like underdogs. It took 3 games for y'all to lead 3-0 for people to be like, okay, y'all are now favored to win this game. As soon as you are, you lose. It's crazy. I feel like the Heat need to be underdogs to win. I don't know why. It just adds more fuel to the fire, maybe. Even after the wins, they're like, y'all didn't believe in us. You know, I remember those post-game interviews. You know, they're talking about y'all don't believe in us.
DJ Khaled, they didn't believe in us.
Y'all stay over there. So I feel like y'all just, now that you guys are definitely underdogs now, they are not favored to win this game at all. I feel like we may see some of the Heat return again. So, but we don't want to completely ignore the Celtics. The Celtics' keys to win this game, for me, same thing. The Celtics, I believe all Celtics fans see this as well. The inconsistency of this team has got to be bothersome. Really. Honestly, the Celtics were winning that game pretty handily, and they let the Heat come back in. I'm talking about Game 6. Thankfully, for the Celtics fans, the Celtics still won, right? But they shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. So you need to find a way to stay consistent throughout the entire game. Jason Tatum needs to actually have another big game. Jaylen Brown, same thing. Find ways to get them involved and get them to win. If you get any contributions like from Marcus Smart, it's hard for me to believe that Marcus Smart can stay on that tear, but they're playing at home. So I'm more inclined to believe that they can do it at home. You know, the Derek Whites of the world, Marcus Smart, to shoot from 3 like that, because this is a 3-point shooting team. If they can make those shots, it's going to be tough. I mean, that's going to be a great keys for the Celtics to win the game tonight. Can they do that, though? They're at home, so I'm more inclined to believe that they can. So if the Celtics try to do these things, stay in the flow of the offense, don't get too locked into the ISO mode that they do oftentimes. You know, Jaylen Brown's your turn, Jason Tatum's your turn. Try to avoid all that. Stay in the flow and the rhythm of the offense. The transition game is so important to these Celtics. Get out in transition, get the rebound, and go. That's the keys for the Celtics from what I think and from what I've seen from these games. And be prepared for Spoelstra's. Spoelstra's going to do something to adjust. And the coaching staff has to be alert to make those adjustments and call a timeout when you need to call a timeout. That's the main thing for the Celtics that I can see from this game. So I expect this to be a really, really tight game coming down to the wire. If this game is anything other than that, I'll be very disappointed. I'm serious. I'll be disappointed in both teams. This is a chance for a team to make history. On the Heat side, the first team ever from the play-in to get to the NBA Finals, right? Since the first team since the We Believe Warriors to go to the finals as an AC, right? Celtics side, you got a chance to make history as first team down 0-3 ever. Like, seriously, history is in play here on both teams. They have a lot to play for, so it's gonna be an exciting game. But again, that's gonna be a very close game. I'm just gonna stick it as a man of my word, saying that the Heat will win. So it's gonna be a fight. I still believe the Heat have the better coach right now, and I believe he can make the better adjustments.
Yeah.
Even though Celtics are clearly the more talented team, they're just so inconsistent.
For sure.
I just wish y'all didn't have the injuries that y'all have, you know. Do you think Spo's gonna start Kyle Lowry tonight? Let me see, is Gabe? I feel like Gabe should be fine.
I think he's gonna be fine. I think it's a game time decision, and I believe he's gonna. I would hope he's gonna play, but I really do think he's gonna play. Let me see if I can see the injury report. Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, because he played last game too.
Yeah, Also on the Celtics side, Malcolm Brogdon is back too.
Yeah. Man. We'll see. All right, what do y'all think? Do y'all think the Celtics or Heat going to win? And we'll see. Can Boston complete the comeback and can the Heat make history? So.
Oh yeah,
we'll
history.
see. You're right. Brogdon is available. Yeah, that's helpful for them.
For sure. It's gonna be a good one. I'm excited. Looking forward to the results, man. It's gonna be a fun one. History will be made, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Since we have some time before the game, let's go ahead and Scott Foster's gonna be the crew chief.
I saw
Tony
that.
Brothers. Hey, that's a reliable crew, though. I mean, Scott Foster and Tony Brothers. That's a reliable crew. I mean, they're veterans in this game. I know they have things talked about them. That's the other thing too. You gotta see how they call a game early. If they call these tick-tack fouls early, you need to do what you need to do to adjust as a team. I hope they don't call like just tick-tack fouls. Like, let them play. That's my thing. And don't wait till seeing if they miss to blow the whistle. That was getting on my nerves too, watching these games, man. I don't know which ref that was, but he kept doing it throughout the series. Anyway, it's crazy. On the other side in the West, we have the new Western Conference champions in the Denver Nuggets. Congratulations to the Nuggets. Coach Malone, Nikola Jokic, a crazy shot making. Jamal Murray is back. He's back.
He's more than back.
He's here. All-star, really. He deserves to be all-star. We're going to be looking for him to make the all-star team next year.
100%.
Man, they are here, and they're getting plenty of rest. They're going to have at least 10 days of rest before the series kicks off, which is going to be very helpful for them. I mean, I don't think enough noise is being said enough that they actually swept the Lakers.
Yeah.
The Lakers got swept. Like, did not win a single game. I mean, they got the floor is clean over there. It got swept so bad. I mean, not enough noise being said about that. And the main reason why is because of LeBron's post-game comments were implying that he may retire. That's what a lot of people are wondering. Right. He's wondering if he's going to play again. Me personally, I don't see LeBron retiring. You know how much guaranteed money he's set to make next year? It's in the amount of $50 million in 1 year. Is he really going to get that up? I don't think so.
No.
50 mil. I mean, like, I can understand if you're upset. I can see why you say those comments. You do all this grinding in the off season and during the season to get there, and so now you win the game. Let's look at that series for a minute. Personally, Anthony Davis is who I place most of the blame on. D'Angelo Russell, yeah, that sucks. He did not perform up to snuff. I wonder if Laker fans, I think I saw this, someone were actually like thinking Russell would play better. I talking about Westbrook. Like the team dynamics are different with the Clippers and the Lakers.
Yeah,
the Clippers team is a deeper team, but they ain't having any superstars there. But at least Russ gave you defense.
Yeah,
that's the only thing about D'Lo. He wasn't giving you no offense or defense. Russ can be inconsistent, but he gives you the effort on defense, as we saw him play defense on KD and Devin Booker. So he was a willing defender, and now he's kind of rejuvenated himself as a free agent. So, but yeah, D'Angelo Russell was disappointing. As the Lakers, I think you do probably bring him back, and I know they're still trying to go after Kyrie, and then they still try to do that. But the main thing is Anthony Davis, man. Zay, do you still trust Anthony Davis at this point? Because I'm getting to the point, and this is a top 75 player.
Yeah. Up until the Denver series, AD was having a pretty good playoffs. He seemed healthier than he has been in
He had a good game one though too.
He did. But I think this is the thing. AD, even though he played well up until that point, even in game one, he doesn't really go up against a guy like Jokic on a night in, night out basis. So I'm sure Jokic, even though he's not really known for defense, he's a big dude. And AD's really a power forward when it comes down to it, that's playing center. So the size, the strength, the ability, the agileness that Jokic has probably was a lot to like take in. And the supporting cast for the Lakers just didn't show up in that series at all. Obviously, you're gonna go to LeBron, you're gonna go to AD, but
D'Angelo showed up.
Not a factor. Rui, yeah, I'm impressed with Rui.
Ruiz and Rui Hachimura really showed up. Like, those are the main two. Everybody else, you're right. Schroeder, he had some bad turnovers in that series. But he's their best perimeter defender, though. You know? In that series, he was the best perimeter defender.
Yeah, but
and that's what
on top of that, if you look at the Nuggets side, and I think we're in agreement that LeBron obviously changed the narrative by announcing.
He did, bro.
It's a smart business move. You won't be talking about LeBron got swept.
We're not talking about that.
It's like,
but then they didn't talk about him in the GOAT conversation again, because like, getting swept at this point. Like, nobody's talking about that though. Nobody in the national media is talking about that. This dude got swept with AD.
Yep.
Nobody on their team was hurt. I mean, Mo Bamba, but that's Mo Bamba. He's not. But still, there's no excuses and there's no talk about it.
Yeah. You got to give credit to this Nuggets team, man. They have been solid all season long. You look at Jokic having an MVP type season. A lot of people also being upset that he didn't get that award this year.
No,
but
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that either, because like everybody was talking, including me. I don't put myself in there. Like, we didn't think Jokic was that dude. We didn't think so. We did not want to see him win 3 times in a row based on what we've seen in the postseason. Yeah. But based on this postseason's turned out so far, and how just the Sixers wet the bed, and how Embiid looked in that last game, it's like, okay, Embiid, you won, but we're looking at Jokic now. Jokic that dude now. Giannis too, I think, okay, so is Jokic the best player in the NBA right now?
It's hard to argue that he isn't.
Exactly. He beat Giannis in the Bucks.
I mean,
my fault. I'm tripping. I was just saying, Giannis in the Bucks lost. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Giannis did not look good. Literally turned the ball over, not want to shoot a free throw. And the free throw, whatever, came back to haunt him again. We saw the flaw in that game. And Embiid, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened with the Sixers right there. I can't explain that.
I'll give him an injury because of, obviously, Giannis went down with the back. That's a hard injury to come back from. In that series, he missed the game too. Embiid, same thing. But Embiid, this is the thing.
There's no excuse for Embiid, but they won that game. There's no excuses.
The Sixers are not going to be off the hook as much as the Bucks, even though the Bucks do also have a really good team.
They do.
The thing about the Sixers is that we saw that they could do it without Joel on the floor. James Harden having a vintage James Harden type game, and then all of a sudden he goes away. So there are more issues than Embiid being out, but I also have to take that into consideration. Then when I look at Milwaukee, they have potentially 3 guys that could win Defensive Player of the Year most of the time, and Drew Holiday and Brook Lopez and Giannis. Giannis goes out. Drew Holiday is unable to stop Jimmy Butler. Brooke Lopez isn't able to make an impact on the game. Also, Chris Middleton has been kind of iffy with also injury, but these guys are. Jokic, on the other hand, like he does miss a lot of games, and that's not to say that he's better because he has more games, but when you look at his impact across the board, I can't say that Giannis or Joel, they have more impact on a team than Jokic. If you look at these playoffs, like obviously he's had monster scoring games, but the dude is getting triple doubles. He's getting all the boards. He's scoring 30, and he's getting like 12 to 15 assists. Like that's 2K. that's literally NBA 2K, my player 99 type stuff, and no one can stop him. And he literally can't jump over a nickel. But this dude is like. He can't be stopped, and it's like
he can't.
He cannot be stopped.
Yo, he has a special move where he literally shoots off the wrong foot. Who does that?
Step back off the right foot over his head, over Anthony Davis from deep three. Are you serious? Who's stopping that?
The skill level of Jokic is just.
I think is the best player. And then when you look at what these guys are doing on the floor, like the thing about the Nuggets, I'm really honestly I'm happy for Jokic and the Nuggets, happy for Jamal Murray.
Me too.
But when I look at when you look at other like role players, right? Bruce Brown came into this team in the offseason. He was at the Nets. He was a power forward / shooting guard, whatever they had going on. Look at him in Brooklyn compared to now. This dude's getting 20 off the bench. And the summer, like in the offseason, he said that I think he called Coach Malone and said, like, Coach, I don't know, no one knows how to use me. Goes to Denver, becomes instant impact, and he's getting buckets. He's dunking. I went to a Nuggets game this year. Dude came off a fast break, dunked on a dude. I'm like, where was this Bruce Brown at, like, for the past few years? But the impact that Jokic has on guys like Bruce Brown, on Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Caleb Braun, like these dudes are looking like superstars playing with him. And they literally had the best record in the league. And they're in the finals. Like I can't sit up here and say that somebody is like better than Jokic right now.
I can't either. We gotta apologize to Jokic too and the team because we were making so much of the postseason success or lack of success. But we gotta realize that this team was hurt. They were, and that's a valid excuse for Jokic. And this is the first time we see a fully healthy Nugget squad, really. And the additions of like KCP and, like you said, Bruce Brown, and even how much better Michael Porter has become, right? And Aaron Gordon has found his way to solidify his role within this team. So the Nuggets are a real team out here, man. And I just want to say, I apologize, Jokic. you the truth, man. I wish I could go back in time and give you that MVP, sir. Like, you deserve it now, man. 3 times. I mean, shoot.
And it's not to say that Joel was like a scrub or anything like that. Joel had a great MVP season. It's just that Jokic. Yeah.
Embiid was just so disappointing, man. It was that bad. He did not show up at all in that last game.
No.
Giannis too. I found I was greatly disappointed in those two superstars. And I don't really blame Harden for that series either, because Harden showed up. Harden gave you more than I expected, so I'm not blaming Harden in the slightest. But for real, yeah.
I'm not putting it all on Harden either.
But Joel Embiid gets some blame though.
Yeah. But shout out to the Nuggets squad, man. We're talking about Jokic, but Jamal Murray also made history by averaging 30 on a 50, 40, 90 shooting percentage.
Crazy.
Which is insane, like getting buckets, like all over. But all of those guys, man, it's going to be a really entertaining finals. They're going to be a really tough team to beat. And I'm looking forward to June 1st for that too. It's going to be really good, bro. But shout out to the Nuggets. They really took care of business. Like you said, swept Crypto.com arena out. LeBron, the fans, AD, everybody's like, yeah, y'all get up. We the cleaners, janitor squad here.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, but again, it just kind of sucks that nobody's really talking about them like that. It's kind of sucks.
Bro,
I know
they've
we're giving them the flowers here on the Swish Masters podcast as we should and they deserve.
for sure.
But man, that
That
sucks how the narrative just switched like that. That's crazy, man. That's a smart business move.
our business.
I'm surprised Mark didn't put that in his skit though, man. Mark should have put that in his skit. RDC.
Shout out to RDC, bro.
They should have put that in there somewhere. Like I thought
you saw the one he made. I feel like
I saw the one he made. I feel like I thought he was going to reference that for real. But
well, hey Mark, if you hearing us, make sure you put that in there. We'll help you write it out too.
man, that would have been funny. But at the same time, I don't know. They love LeBron, man. As they should, you know. I love
It's
LeBron.
all respect.
I love LeBron
It's all
as his
respect,
player. But yeah, just out respect and funny. That's all.
Hey, LeBron had a good little run in the series.
Exactly. And that's why I was so disappointed with he played the whole game, but not AD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A
Uh,
lot of haters there, but we'll see.
Alright. So we were talking about the Bucks a little bit. So the Bucks have hired the former Raptors assistant and Andrew Griffin, and Giannis seems to have he played a role and he vouched for Griffin to get hired. So yeah, that's one news there. We also have some other transactions that took place. The 76ers have hired Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse chose to coach the 76ers over the Suns because he has a desire to coach Joel Embiid, and he also has a history with Daryl Morey. This is according to Woj. So, yeah.
Okay.
The Washington Wizards have hired a new president of basketball, and Michael Winger. They kind of poached him from the Clippers. So that's interesting. And again, the Bucks did try to get Nick Nurse, but Nick Nurse pulled out, and as we know now, joined the Sixers. And I think I said Andrew Griffin. I apologize if I said the dude's name wrong. Milwaukee is hiring Adrian Griffin to replace Mike Budenholzer. Again,
Yeah.
Adrian Griffin, not Andrew Griffin. I don't know where I got that from. But Adrian Griffin. So, a lot of different moves that just took place. Zay, which one of these moves are you like the most excited for?
For me, I think I want to see how Milwaukee does, just because I feel like they have the best team out of the teams you just named. Philly, they have a talented starting lineup, and the reason I'm not really big on Nick Nurse for the Sixers is that I don't know if he's going to be able to really make a big difference in Philly. I feel like they need to make some roster changes. If they can keep their like core intact, but make some additions to kind of boost them, that'll be a difference maker. And can they really like make a team effort to be more of a team? I feel like there's so much of, all right, Joel, let's get you the ball on the block, go to work. James, let's get you some shots, let's go to work. Everybody else figure it out. Nick Nurse, I feel like probably can do a good job of getting the other guys, but will it be a big difference for Philly? I don't know. The Bucks, on the other hand, with Adrian Griffin, though he's not a proven household name as a coach, I think that it's a really good thing when former players get these type of opportunities. And when another star player like Giannis in this league vouches for you, I feel like that speaks a lot of volume for him. And I feel like they have a talented team. They got hit with some injuries and kind of fell apart. They had some inconsistencies as well, but I think that the Bucks with Adrian Griffin could be interesting. A former player who can probably relate a little bit more compared to like a Nick Nurse. Even though I think he's a good coach, I'm not taking anything away from him, But I also think like Nick Nurse had Kawhi Leonard in his finals run, and Kawhi just went off. Honestly, not to say that Siakam, Kyle Lowry, all those guys aren't good, but he also had Kawhi Leonard in his finals run.
Right. And right now it seemed that was really prime Kawhi Leonard because Kawhi Leonard now just can't seem to stay on the floor, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But those good points. For me, I guess I'm most excited about. Well, not excited, but I have a question here. The Bucks have to make some key decisions here as far as their roster is concerned. Do they want to bring back Chris Middleton? Do they want to bring back Brook Lopez? This team is getting older, and I'm glad they kind of listen. I'm glad Giannis got his coach that he vouched for. I wonder if that was his first choice, though. I'm not sure that was his first choice. Anyway, but either way, it's great news that Giannis supports him as a hire.
Yeah.
Because you want to try to keep Giannis happy. Because he could potentially be gone in the next couple of years. So do everything you can to keep him happy.
You never know.
Because they're still your franchise player.
For sure.
And they do need to kind of retool their roster a little bit as well. And I wonder what type of scheme Griffin would employ. But the Bucks are clearly a good team that can contend. But hiring a new coach that can set things forward greatly, or it could potentially set them back because you're trying to adjust to a new coach or a new system if he tries to implement one. So that's the question I have there. Nick Nurse, I don't know. And I'm also curious what the Suns are going to do now. All the coaches that are on the market, man. I mean, Doc Rivers is still out there. You didn't get your first pick in Nick Nurse, but Doc Rivers is still out there. And I just don't know who they'll hire because who else is out? Ime Udoka's with the Rockets now.
Mm-hmm.
What are the Suns going to do? You have two superstars.
Well, I don't want to repeat of Brooklyn saying, let's get our own coach from KD or something or Kyrie in that case, whatever. But I do want them to make a collective decision. As far as
apparently it was Nick Nurse, but he backed out.
Yeah. Maybe it's, I don't know.
I mean, who else is out there?
Honestly, I'm still kind of like surprised by the Monty Williams firing, which is.
Hey, you remember what I said? I was like, they can't get someone like Nick Nurse or like one of those like championship coaches. I was like, what's the point? That's exactly what I said. And now it seems like you're about to get to that point. Because other than that, Mike D'Antoni's still out there. But I mean, is that the type of coach that you want? I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be some good offense you're gonna see if they hire him. But
sure,
that has the issue with D'Antoni's always been defense, not offense. So like,
that's a good point.
I don't know. It's about to come to fruition probably. If they don't hire a coach, that Monty Williams fire is gonna look pretty bad.
Yeah. I don't know what I'll have to wrap my brain around them a little bit more, but I don't really know what they are gonna do. I don't know. It's a lot of variables with health and Chris Paul and just filling out that roster and finding the right type of coach.
It doesn't mean something that Nick Nurse chose the Sixers over the Suns. What does that say? I mean, you rather coach Embiid and KD and Devin Booker? Well, that's interesting. I think that's a little interesting. Like, what does that imply?
Well, if we're implying things, you have to look at the last couple of years with KD in Brooklyn.
Good point.
Take that into, consideration. Even Phoenix, looking at Chris Paul's hurt when the playoffs roll around, he's pretty banged up. Devin Booker has some injuries. And overall, like, what is the connection? What's the thing with DeAndre Ayton? I feel like with Phoenix, you're kind of walking into more problems than, you know, deeper problems than solutions, or minor problems with scheme and actual like basketball stuff. I feel like with that type of roster, you got to look at, all right, this happened in Brooklyn, that happened in Brooklyn. All right, Aiden didn't want to be there, but he's still there. Chris Paul is getting older and he's hurt a lot. That's a lot to consider. And
that's true.
Nick Nurse, even though he's been around the league and the G League, he's still a young coach. He probably wants to, get it sooner than later. So maybe he saw a better opportunity or better fit for him in Philly. And like you said, the Daryl Morey connection is a big factor too.
That's a good point. All right, before we wrap things up here, let's go back to our preview of Game 7 real quick. Zay, who's the X factor in this game for the Heat?
The X factor for the Heat, I would say, I think obviously Bam is the number 2, and I said he's like an X factor. He's an X factor because sometimes he shows up, sometimes he kind of fades into the background. But in this situation, I think that the X factor is going to be another guy in Caleb Martin, who's been really solid. He was our second leading scorer in the last game, and he's been really hot, really great pickup. I love his game. I love like his energy, his effort, and I feel like he's going to go out tonight and be a big factor in this game. Bam, I'm expecting to be the number 2. I'm expecting him to be, so I'm not going to make him an X factor. Caleb Martin, I think, is going to be that other factor, that other person that affects this game in many ways.
Yeah, that's good. Besides the obvious, by X factors, you mean like those people that like you may not tend to think about. Like if really have a heavy impact on the game, and you answer that greatly for the Heat. I'll hit it from the Celtics side. I mean, obviously, we would say Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown need to have big games, but besides them, I'm looking at Marcus Smart, man, because when he has like these great assist games and efficient scoring games, they win. Can Marcus Smart do that again tonight? And can he uphold his Defensive Player of the Year reputation? Like Marcus Smart is that guy for the Celtics for me. If you're the Celtics, that's what you hope for. Another guy could be too. This could be a tie. Al Horford as well. That could be a tie. Al Horford, really, can he grab those big boards that you need? Can he have a decent night from the perimeter? Al Horford could be that guy as well. Grant Williams, he doesn't get enough minutes for me to be an X factor, unfortunately. But yeah, those two really. So, you don't like Grant Williams, huh? Oh yeah. Man, I'm gonna talk to you about that. I don't like
the Celtics. I'll just put it that way. I don't like anybody in the Celtics right now. But especially Derek White, especially Grant Williams, don't like those guys at all. After the series, maybe. I respect them, but don't like them.
Not during the series. I got you.
Nah, I don't like anybody.
All right. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. We'll be back after the game, this Game 7. Look for the details on YouTube and our social media. And, let's have a great Game 7. Some of the best 2 words in all of sports. Man, this is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Let's get it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Catch us after the game. Right after the game, we going live.
Yep.
Let's go Heat.
See